Hello, Divine Nurture community. Welcome back. And if this is your first time tuning in, you're so welcome. I am your host, Binta. So before I actually dive into today's episode, I would like to share a quick announcement. The first one being Spotify upload video. I'm having a hard time uploading videos. I know I shared the link from my welcome videos. However, I removed it for now until I resolve the technical issues. Sorry about that. If and when that's resolved, I'll let you know. And the second thing is thank you. Thank you for your support. Really, I see you. I truly appreciate it. But also thank you so much for all the constructive feedback I've been receiving from you guys. It has been so meaningful, really. And really, that's the only way I can improve and know what to focus on as a new content creator. So I truly appreciate that. And I've also started adding videos and content into the Facebook page. So please, let's also interact there. I will start to add weekly questions, so to get us engaged. So the last thing is there's so much energy going on right now, and really unpredictable ones. So just to be mindful of the energy and prepare for them. So there's a lot of disruption going on, especially in finances and banking. So definitely make sure you have cash in hand and also have personal supplies ready, food, water. This is not to scare you if you're not, but just to be prepared, right? As we get through these times. So just be mindful of that. Just wanted to put that out there before I get into today's episode, which actually it's a good segue into what we're gonna talk about today. Power. So with that, let's dive into power. Let's talk power. So for many years, right, power has been associated with material gains, the titles, the positions, the money, the fame, the luxury lifestyle. And if we dig even deeper, for many years, power has been used to exercise hierarchy, authority, patriarchy, hypocrisy, manipulation, greed, control over others, of course, separation, all for the name of power. But is it really worth it? Is it worth it if it means selling or losing your soul in the process? Invite more people and let's talk power. So I pose these questions. So how does one gain power? How do you hold on to power? How do you use power? How is power misused? Those are the questions I wanted to pose to get us interacting. So we're stepping into away from the traditional power and slowly welcoming the new power. What is the new power? 2 words. Inner power. To better understand what I mean by inner power, I'm going to provide a definition by using subcategories, and I will refer to them as the power of 6. So the first one being spiritual power, right? How strong is your relationship with your creator? What are some of the spiritual practices that are non-negotiable? And lastly, how strong is your faith? So when we talk about how strong is your relationship, if you have a true connection with your God, some refer to God as Allah, Buddha, Jesus, even the universe. Do you allow a third party to interfere? If that's the case, then the relationship must be reassessed, right? Your relationship with God is intimate, right? So that leaves out into spiritual practices. So it is crucial to have spiritual practices that are non-negotiable, right? Many of us understand the power of prayers, stepping into times where prayer is not enough. We need more than that. So how about incorporating meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or being in silence to listen to your inner guidance? Whatever those practices are, connect within, right? And the third one is, how strong is your faith? Many would argue pretty strong, right? We wouldn't know that until we were tested with challenges. When you hit rock bottom and the only thing you have left is hanging on to your faith. There's no other way to put it. Planet Earth is tough, right? It's dense. So really, we are humans having experiences, and part of that experience are challenges. So how do you handle those challenges when you're faced with those challenges? How do you handle those? So that's what it means for your faith to be tested. When that's tested, you go and say, oh my God, my life is over. I can't believe it happened to me. Why not you? It happened to somebody else, right? So to be honest, there's no other way to put it beside understanding that faith and just, surrendering to it. So when we speak spiritual practices, we're questioning your relationship with your creator. We are thinking of spiritual practices that are non-negotiable. And of course, we're thinking about how strong is your faith. We ask that questions. So once you have those, you have a strong spiritual power. So moving on into the second one, intellectual and mental power, right? What do you feed? What do you feed your thoughts? Where do you seek reliable information? And do you have a positive mindset? So when we talk about what do you feed your thoughts, there's a lot of information available right now. So it is pretty crucial to separate what are opinions and true facts, right? And once you get to separate those two, you can now say, okay, I know where to go and seek reliable information from that can contribute to my personal growth. For example, through the book like you read and podcasts and you listen to news, you entertain, and the people, of course, you get information from. So all of those are reliable information as long as you have defined that for yourself and know that, yeah, these are reliable information. Mental power equals positive mindset. So what do you think you attract? So let me give an example. So if you're constantly thinking that you're broke, you're attracting that energy into your life. So no amount of money received will not shift that thoughts, right? So always ensuring that you continue to operate from a place of place of abundance rather from a place of lack, right? Your mental power is very powerful. So yeah, so when we talk about intellectual and mental power, I put those two together because they have more similarity than differences. So we think about what do you feed your thoughts? Where do you get reliable information from? And of course, having a positive mindset to navigate through life. So the power six, number three. What's number three? Emotional power. How well do you manage or control your emotions? Do you suppress or express your emotions, right? So when you encounter a problem, it's very important to just take a deep breath, pause, and before responding, right? And usually when emotions are suppressed, when we talk about suppressing and expressing emotions, right? Well, usually when emotions are suppressed, you are operating from a place of fear, fear of being open or vulnerable with yourself or others. We'll talk about healing later, and of course, vulnerability and being open to your emotions are part of the healing process. So when we talk about emotional power, it's really learning how to master your emotions. So throughout the day, really pause and reflect and pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. So two practices that really helps with this is meditation. I know a lot of you say meditation is very hard for them to start. Start slow, right? 1 minute, 2 minutes a day doesn't hurt. Or easiest thing to start with can also be deep breathing exercises. So you can put your hands right here in the center of your heart and the other one on the middle of your belly, and just like take a couple deep breaths, and you can time yourself 1-2 minutes a day. You can start, and then you can keep adding into that. So yeah, so those are two practices you can start with to help with really allowing you how really being in touch with your emotions. Again, silence is a very important thing here, so you can just sit down and observe how you really, really feel. It takes time, believe me. What is the fourth one? Physical power. So, of course, this one, we know what to do, right? There's a lot of resources available out there for us. Obviously, it's very important to follow a balanced, healthy lifestyle when it comes to physical power. So, exercise. So, I would say find one exercise that you enjoy doing. So, make it a fun activity. It doesn't have to be intense. So, it can be start with a walk if that's what you like to do. Then find many different workouts that you can incorporate and say, okay, when I do this, you know, it's fun. I don't feel like I'm dragged into doing something that I'm not enjoying. So definitely exercise. And then when it comes to food, are you incorporating like plant-based into your day-to-day food consumption, right? That's very important. I'm not talking about being a vegan or a vegetarian here, but definitely adding some legumes and vegetable into your plate would not hurt. And also reduce or avoid harmful substances, right? So alcohol, drugs, tobacco. So we know if you can stop them, at least reduce them. So actually, each body is designed differently. So that's based on our blood type. So we have blood type A, B, AB, and O. So there are certain food that your blood type does not tolerate at all. So I'm going to actually add some attachments into under the description, but under the description here by the name of Dr. Peter, of a list of food that you can look into based on your blood type, but you have to know your blood type to understand, to kind of follow along. So I'm going to put that in. So if you know your blood type, so feel free to use that PDF according to that and see the food that are good. So yeah, so really prioritize your body. Your body's a temple, so treat it as such. So again, oftentimes it's more so, it's not like we don't know what to do, especially when it comes to physical power here. It's the lack of motivation. So how do you find the lack of motivation to get into action? So how do you get to that? If it means finding a partner to do a workout with, or you know, or a small group of people to get you into like a nutrition type of lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, do that, right? Anything that will help you to get that motivation you need, it goes a long way. So yeah, that's physical power. So stay with me, stay with me. Almost done, almost done. What's the fifth one? Is relational power. We're all relational beings, right? So I guess I know many would argue I can do it all by myself. No, we are relational beings, so we are designed to actually, connect with others. When it comes to like relationships, few of the questions that you should ask. The first question being, how connected are you? Once you assess that, you can move on to the next ones. And then, how healthy are your relationships? If they're healthy somewhat or decent or pretty strongly healthy, then you move on to the next question. What do you do to nurture those relationships, right? That you have built. So those three questions are pretty crucial when it comes to relational power and how you connect with other. So how do you connect? How connected are you? How healthy are your relationships, and how do you nurture those relationships that you have built? So it's more than what you know nowadays. I thought that was enough, but I realized that is who you know. That can get you pretty far, to be honest, right? You don't underestimate the power of relationships. So last time I believe it was on my authenticity video, I talked about creating your own tribe. So when you think about creating your own tribe or being connected to people, you want to make sure they're diverse, right? Remember, don't just limit yourself when it comes to that. So make sure you're connected with different backgrounds, different races, different cultures. You don't know when it will be time to go knock on a different door. So make sure you're prepared. So So just having that mentality and not limiting yourself to just one particular community, right, is very important. That helped me a lot when it came to relational powers. One of my favorite. So that leaves us into the last one, material power. So I talked about how material power has been all about the traditional power. So here I want to focus on material power from like a new lens, right? So when I say the new material power, what I'm referring to as is manifestation, manifesting the life that you want, right? Having that mindset of abundance rather than lack. So you get to create your reality. So of course you have to put in the work, but let's be honest, some of us has been working for decades with no result to show up for. So when we think about hard work, there's nothing wrong with doing hard work. It's more so, okay, I'm doing this hard work. Does it align with where I'm going? If so, then, that's good. I'll put the effort. But if you keep like putting hard work towards something is not sustainable and there's no results, again, lack of fulfillment. That's what we're creating there. So when it comes to the new material power, your thoughts and having a positive mindset is the number one thing. And then just kind of sitting down and analyzing and visualizing the life that you want to attract. And then once you have that, of course, then you get to working, you act upon it, right? So yeah. So of course, having all those like emotional and intellectual power, you got your relations going, and of course you have your physical strength intact. You are what we call grounded, right? At that point, you're grounded to really help you to achieve what you're here to achieve. So one thing I wanted to also know is it's very important to remember that material power does not define how powerful you are. Sure, I mean, you can gain power from that, but sustaining that power definitely depend on you. So, I mean, clearly these are times where we're watching the so-called powerful slowly become powerless. So the power of six, also known as inner power, you are totally grounded in achieving what you're looking for in this lifetime. So it's important to recognize that no one can take that inner power away from you unless you grant them the permission to do so. So if that's the case, it is time to get that power back. Get it back, get it back, get it back. Get it back. Woo! Your inner power is your birthright. It is. So once you have that power back, right, you better hang on to your inner power as we continue to see power shift at a global stage. Hang on to that inner power as we see change in the status and leadership, right? Definitely hang on to that power of yours because more dark is coming into light and we are just getting started. Let's keep watching. Power. My people, my community. Your inner power is your birthright. They got you distracted from politics into celebrity dramas, right? To violence and war with each other. Have you on fear mode, like really fear mode. When people ask, Pinta, what do I do? Togetherness, that's what we do. Come together and support each other, empower each other to become the best version of ourselves. Once you have that, you have your inner power and stop seeking it outside because that's where they want y'all. Distractions after distractions. Yeah, but it is time to change that. I am on a soul mission to unite. And people probably would be like, good luck with that. Oh no. I won't be doing it alone though. I'm not doing it alone. Because by the time I'm through, getting each and every one of you on board. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío. We'll be one. We'll be one. Let them know we're on a soul mission to awaken. We're on the soul mission to unite. And it starts this year. By the time we enter 2025, my people, my community, many of you will be awakened. I trust and believe you will. Then we get to the nitty-gritty of the work. But for now, please, let's be together. Let's come together as communities. That's the only way. So When given the opportunity to exercise power, it is important to note that true power is authentic. True power is having a good reputation. True power is genuinely leading others with no expectations. True power is treating your fellow brothers and sisters fairly. True power is not loud, but rather truly. True power is quietly confident. Just have you noticed when someone powerful enters a room, there's no need to get loud. You already know what's up. So it's very quiet. But most importantly, true power starts within. Your inner power, then the rest follows. So my people, my community, stop looking for it elsewhere. I would like to dedicate this episode to an uncle that passed away over a week ago. An uncle that I was close with and who treated me like a daughter. A respectful, kind, loving, compassionate, and caring person. Those are simply few words that described his character. A man who took pride in serving his family and community, for indeed he touched many people's lives and left a legacy that will continue on. My uncle used his time to live and serve others, and he made sure he used it well. He used to tell me, Binta, live life and have fun. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're good. You see, tomorrow is uncertain. So use today to live life, love and create, and prioritize your loved ones. And who knows when we are called to return home? Who knows? So let's love on each other and really be there for each other. That's what matters the most. So with that, please join me in prayers and celebrating this beautiful soul. And I do thank you for taking the time to listen and watch this episode.